The galaxy burns in the flames of treachery. The arch-heretic Horus Lupercal, once the war master of the armies of mankind, has turned against his father and set alight an insurrection that will burn from the outer rim to the core of humanity's mighty Imperium.
And if I cannot save it from your failure, father, then let the galaxy burn.
Lorgar Aurelian, Primarch of the 17th Legion Wordbearers, has answered his traitor's brother's call and set the ultimate trap for the one man and one legion who could change the fate of the galaxy, Roboute Guilliman and the mighty Ultramarines. The vaunted 13th are the largest legion of all, and their Primarch Roboute Guilliman's tactical acumen is second only to the Emperor. Horus knew they must be destroyed. Ultramar must burn. The Wordbearers approached as loyal brothers and assembled beside their brethren on the Ultramar planet of Calth, but in a single moment the fate of Ultramar was changed forever, and the bloodiest battle of the Horus Heresy began. Welcome to the Mark of Calth.
Officer of Record, start the mark. You must understand when you have lost.
I never wanted this.
Lorgar's surprise assault was vicious, bloody, and barbaric. From the very skies of Calth to the verdant surface below, Wordbearers committed ritualized betrayal in order to utterly sacrifice the 13th Legion on the altars of chaos. But the mighty Ultramarines rallied with a tenacity and sheer determination to survive that stunned the Wordbearers, and the 13th Legion began to mount a fierce defense in spite of overwhelming odds. On the planet's surface, Captain Remus Ventanus gathered together a force of loyalist legionary, mechanicum, and imperial army forces and developed a practical to retake control of the massive orbital defense platforms currently savaging the Ultramarines' fleet. He led an armored spearhead deep into Wordbearers-held Lachie port to take control of an uninfected data engine capable of running the weapons grid. But high in the skies, above the burning ruins of the Jewel of Ultramar, Primarch Roboute Guilliman would have an even greater task. Today's narrative battle report is the third installment of a 6-month campaign unfolding here on Zorpazorp and over on Broadsword Wargaming, and is unlike any Warhammer content you have ever seen before. This campaign has been in the works for over 2 years and was shot back in April with an early access copy of the second edition of the Horus Heresy, courtesy of Games Workshop. The campaign follows the events of New York Times bestseller and Dan Abnett masterpiece No Fear, and the first 4 episodes are live right now, right here and over on Broadsword Wargaming. So be sure to check out all the episodes so far, linked down in the playlist below. And now let's meet the hero of today's story and start the Mark of Calth.
The teleport burst scorches and jolts every molecule of their bodies. It is an intensely risky operation. An entire armored kill squad. Thiel loathes teleports. It feels like you're being pushed through the mesh of an electrified sieve. They materialize. He stumbles, his balance screwed for a second. He's on a deck. The teleport can be considered a success. 46 of the squad have appeared with Guilliman on the transverse assembly deck of Zetsun Verid Yard. Move, he instructs the squad.
The Zetsun Verid Yard orbital station was once just one of many orbital platforms above the surface of Calth, but with many of her sisters in flames, or worse, falling to the planet like a hail of atomic missiles, the Zetsun Verid Yard has become absolutely crucial to the survival of the Ultramarines. After seizing the station in the early moments of the betrayal, the 17th Legion Wordbearers have worked with adepts of the Dark Mechanicum to infect the Calth Newsphere with a malicious scrap code and seize control of the mighty orbital weapons grid, and have used it to savage the Ultramarines' fleet, loyalist assets in the system, and are now intent on annihilating the entire sector by firing directly upon the Viridius Star, the very sun of Calth's system. But Sergeant Aenid Thiel, Captain Heutonicus, and Primarch Roboute Guilliman have one chance to scatter Lorgar's plans to the winds of the warp he so masterfully commands. If they can fight their way to the control room and destroy the Wordbearer-held data engine before Ventanus is overrun on the planet below, the 13th Legion can seize the orbital weapons and maybe, just maybe, salvage some measure of victory from this atrocity. The battle for Calth has only just begun.
Officer of Record, start the mark.
So, we're almost playing Floorhammer here. We have got Zone Mortalis set up. We're a bit low down on the blocks, and Guilliman's kill squad has teleported in. It's time for us to start splitting up, diving through tunnels, and seeing what enemy forces are revealed as we work our way through Zetson Veridyard Station.
Guilliman roars a challenge to them. He condemns them to death. He condemns their master to a worse fate. He hurls himself at them. The word-bearers on the upper structures see him coming, and they know what that means. It doesn't matter what cosmic dementia has corrupted their minds and souls. It doesn't matter what eternal promises the dark gods are whispering in their ears. It doesn't matter what inflated courage the warp has poured into their veins along with madness. Guilliman of Ultramar is coming right at them, to kill them. To kill them all.
Maintain attack formation. Weapons at ready. It is time. Moving out. Orders received. For the Emperor! Position secure.
So we have surged forward. I'm beginning to split the squads in different directions, and the wordies have fallen back, but that ain't going to stop a Guilliman to go chase them down. But first is the shooting phase, and Guilliman's going to draw his arbitrator pistol. Wait!
This is happening in real time.
Sorry, Guilliman is drawing his arbitrator pistol. He's going to shooty mode, not combat mode, and that is Assault 2, AP 3, Strength 6. Now, he is Ballistic Skill 6, so he's re-rolling his 1s on 6s. No luck. Just the one hit, wounding on 2s at AP 3. That is 1 dead word bearer. Up next is the Suzerain squad. They're going to be piling in some shots to the word bearers as well. And because Guilliman's already fired at them and they've been targeted by a unit of the Ultramarines, Strength of Wisdom, our army special rule, gives them +1 to hit. So they're now hitting on 2s. We've got 4 plasma pistols, which have changed quite a bit. They're still Strength 7. Let's see how many hits we get. No 1, so they're still getting hot. 3 hits, and they are wounding Strength 7. That's wounding on 2s, but they're only AP 4 now. So we're chasing rendings on a 4+. So we've got 1 rending which leaps up to AP 2, and the other 2 are going to be at armor save. So 1 is annihilated, and 2 saves for you, Ollie. 1 failed. Down goes another one. So firing with the bolt pistols, we've got 6 from the Suzerains and Thiel, of course. They're all hitting on 2s, and they are only 1, 2 missing. Thankfully, that wasn't the plasma, and just Strength 4 for the bolt weapon, so we're chasing 4s to wounds. And you've got 4 saves to make, Ollie.
Of 3+? Nothing.
All saved. That just means there's people for me to charge.
With Guilliman's preternatural strategy, the Ultramarines may choose 1 special tactic each turn. Up first, Guilliman has granted the entire army the Fleet 2 special rule, adding 2 inches to every run, reaction, and charge move.
Okay, for our reaction, we are going to react fire back to the Suzerains over here. We were shot upon, we lost a few dudes. We're hitting you on 3s. That's 8 hits. We are Strength 4 against Toughness 4. We are looking for 4+.
My beautiful Artificer armor. I've got 2 wounds, and not a single one is dropped off any Suzerains. They are ready to charge.
No damage.
For the Emperor!
By my fury, they shall know the Emperor's name!
You made a charge, but I'm going to Overwatch, where I get to shoot again with these guys. There's a lot of shooting in this in the new edition here. Hopefully we can at least take a wound off your Suzerains here. That wasn't so good. That was just 5 saves for you.
Artificer armor once again, and we've dropped our first wound, but not even a model. The Suzerains are ready to go chop, and their charge plows forward.
Mangled word-bearers fly overhead or crash into the decks around them. When Thiel reaches his Primarch side, Guilliman has slain a dozen at least.
It's sword time. All right, Guilliman is going to lead the charge, and he has got 8 attacks at Strength 7 when I use the Gladius Incandor. He is going to be pretty fierce at AP 2. Let's see if we can rinse them all with just the G-Man. He hits on 3s with Weapon Skill 7. Oh, almost. Oh, he's got Mastercrafted, so he can reroll 1. He hits with all of them, and wounding on 2s, rerolling all with Shred. So any 1s are becoming wounds, doesn't matter. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds, unsavable at AP 2. Goodbye, word bearers. The Primarchs, man.
After a consolidation move, Guilliman is streaming towards the hangar whilst Teutonicus and the Mark III Tacticals are descending upon the security checkpoint. With no active word-bearer units on the battlefield, we proceed to the next Ultramarines turn.
Death to the enemy!
With a security override, the hangar double blast door slides open to reveal a horde of 17th Legion scrambling to respond to the incursion, with a squad of breachers digging in before the Primarch and his honor guard, while some lumbering cataphracti and ravenous Galvorbak move up in support. At the beginning of the game, Oliver has secretly deployed his force of wordbearers throughout the Zetson-Veridyard orbital station in a set of predefined deployment zones, but I have no idea which units and how many are in any given chamber or passageway. These units remain inactive until they are either revealed by an Ultramarine unit, or Ollie may choose to activate them at the beginning of any wordbearer turn, at which point they are placed on the board and their position is revealed. With several key objectives and different approaches to the control room to defend, how Ollie chooses to spread or concentrate his force within these deployment parameters can really play into how the mission unfolds.
So we've ploughed on forward with movement, now it's time to open fire before we go in and go choppy chop. So Guilliman and the suzerains are going to unload. We'll start off with the big G-man. He's got his beautiful little custom bolt pistol. It's on the Assault 2, hitting very nicely indeed, and Strength 6, so wounding on 2s. It's AP 3, so that's one breacher absolutely crushed out of that. I'll rip him out.
Invulnerable save, thank you.
Oh, of course, the breacher shields, their whole point.
5+. No,
Nothing, get him out of there.
Still did it.
Up next is the plasma pistol. They're no longer AP2, AP4, but they've got breaching 4. Let's see how many hits. Oh damn, missing with 2, but I've got 2 in. Now we're looking for 4s to go up to AP2. There we go, 2 4s. So those are both invul saves rather than armor, Ollie. And one breacher goes down, failing his invulnerable. Breaching shields are doing the work. Let's see if the bolt pistols can get anything else. We'll force the armor saves. Hitting with almost every single one there. And then these will just be 4s to wound. A single Ultima, that is 1 save. Oh, and the broadsword 6, all right. That's fine. We'll just go in and cut them apart with Guilliman.
So I'm going to choose to react fire backwards now he's shot me, so we're going to shoot into the suzerains. We've got 14 shots, because of rapid fire, hitting on 3s. Try and do some wounds, see if we can. Another 4 through, so you've got 4 saves of 2+ on those guys, I think.
Chasing those 2s. Oh!
Double 1!
1 does drop. Get him out of there.
Taking hits! Under fire! Regrouping. Commencing attack. We are taking fire!
Time to swap in Guilliman's big old swordy sword. The pistol is out because it is charge time. We are going to be railing into this beautiful breacher squad here, and Ollie's chosen not to overwatch because he's going to save that for the other side of the board. So a big old 5, everyone is well in. Guilliman is going to fly in. And then of course we'll do our 3-inch pile in as well, so we're easily get in here with all of our friends. Now over at the Tacticals, these guys have got to get in and take the security station to disable the weaponry in the main hangar. So this is pretty important, and as such, Ollie has saved his overwatch. I am going to get in, and now it's time for these bolters to try and mow down some Tacticals and soften them up before the combat phase.
Under fire!
Guilliman racing in, another 8 attacks plowing into the breaches. We're hitting on 3s with our weapon skill, and I've got Master Crafter, which allows me to reroll 1. Yes, all hits. I am strength +1 with his Gladius and Candor, so that takes me up to wounding on 2s. And that is a wound with every single dice at AP2. 8 invulnerable saves, Ollie.
That's 8 invulnerable saves on 5+ here.
Oh!
1! I think we have 1 remaining. Yep, Guilliman has killed everybody but the champion.
That's good, that's good. Leave something for Aenid Thiel. He's coming in with 4 dice. He is a Centurion, but he's allowed to take a Paragon Blade because he's a bit of a spicy boy. He'd be hitting on 3s, so that is 2 racing on through. Master Crafted as well, actually. So that's 3, and now he'll be wounding on 2s with +2 strength. That is Murderous Strike as well, but that doesn't apply here. So 2 invuls as well, and the squad is finished off. We don't even need the suzerains. They're just window dressing. It's all about Aenid Thiel and Roboot Guilliman.
His power fist crackles with cooking blood. It is brutal close quarters. Thiel has the exotic long sword that has served him so well on this darkest of days. Two-handed, he wields it, cutting crimson ceramite like silk.
We will crush the enemies of the Imperium.
So, our first flanking unit over here, Captain Teutonicus of the 139th, is diving in with a little squad of Tacticals, and he's got to secure this little station here to disable the weapons in the hangar, and he is on the charge, a big old sexy Praetor with a Paragon Blade, 5 attacks. He is absolutely bringing some pain. He's only hitting with 3.
And then he'll be wounding on 3s at +1 strength with the standard Paragon Blade. 3 big wounds for Ollie. That is 3 models off the board. This is classic, standard old school Heresy. Tacticals on tacticals. I've got the charge, so the attack bonus. Hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s as well. No fancy bayonets or chain bayonets. That is 3 saves for Ollie to take. And 2 Marines still go down, so we've had a good impact. They're going to fight back, of course, because they were Initiative 4, and then we'll move on to the Initiative 1, Axes and Power Fists.
All right, I've got the Sergeant here at Initiative 1, so I've got a big old Power Fist, hoping to punch some Ultramarines. Hitting on 4, so 1 hit. I am killing you on a 2. That is 1 squished Ultramarine. And then you can get me back.
Yeah, I am. I'm striking back with my axe. I'm hitting on 4s as well. Oh, very nice. And I'll be wounding only on 2s. Oh, 3 big wounds on the axe.
All dead.
That is the squad wiped.
With the security checkpoint secured, the automated turret defenses in the hangar are now offline, and Teutonicus and his Mark IIIs consolidate forward, preparing to push on the control room. But with Rabute Guilliman and his mighty suzerains deep inside the hangar, the Primarch is at risk of being cut off from the rest of his kill squad, but the Lord of Ultramar is intent on unrelenting vengeance.
Thiel flanks his Primarch, advancing steadily with the press of the assault towards the primary hatch, leaving a carpet of enemy dead in their wake. The real fight awaits them there.
None can stand against me!
Seeing their chance to strike at the Primarch, the Gel Vorbak and the Cataphracti launch forwards, preparing to take the profit bait in Jaws of Steel.
Okay, onto the word bearer shooting phase. I've moved everything up. We've got a few dudes left. We're going to try and take some wounds off these suzerains. So the Terminators here have combi bolters, which are rapid firing. So we're going to get hitting on 3s, but we are twin linked. So that's 5 hits, rerolling 9 hits. Very good. Strength 4, toughness 4 on your suzerains. Wounding on 4s. That's brilliant. That's a lot of 6s there.
So chasing those 2 pluses, of course, and we've got multi-wounds. Look at that. Don't even worry about it. Not a single casualty yet. And then we'll move on to the Bolt Spitters.
Not twin linked this time. Try and fail a save this time.
Nah.
Yay,
oh yes,
one.
all right. And 1 is wounded, so that's 1 off. So before the Gel Vorbak technically shoot, we're going to react fire on those Terminators. Get those plasma pistols to see if we can breach our way through some of that Terminator armor. So we'll start with them. 4 plasma pistols coming in. No gets hot still, only hitting with 2s. Now those are 4s. This is on the wounding roll. We're chasing breaching. So looking for a 4+. Oh, 1 breaches to AP2. That'll be an invul, and then 1 2+ armor save.
2+.
Lovely.
We're fine. 4+. We're fine.
Oh, all right, it's okay. I've got bolt pistols for days. Ain't need feels on the black dice. We've got miss, a couple there. Chasing 4s to wound. And, oh, God. Okay, so just a couple of saves on the Ultimate and the Broadsword 6. Oh, loving it. Let's see what Guilliman can do. Unfortunately, his mastercrafted beautiful gun is only AP3, so these are just going to be forcing saves as well. That's 2 wounds, actually, because the toughness, the high strength. No wounds! All right. My react fire does absolutely nothing, and that takes us to the charging.
Horus Heresy 2.0 is all about reactions, as we see for the second time this turn, my suzerains are shooting in the Wordbearer's turn. And this time the breaching plasma finally claims one of the Cataphracti before they lumber into combat and are then supported by a mega charge from the Gel Vorbak.
We must kill!
So these Gel Vorbak hit absolutely hard, but Guilliman is kind of like a really good counter to them, and he's striking first with his higher initiative. Let's see what he can do. He's got 8 attacks as well because of his little special Ultramar special rule that he's activated this turn. Everyone on the board has counterattack 1, so he gets his charging attacks as well. 8 attacks striking black with the Gladius Incandor. We're hitting on 3s. That is good. Now, this is the big one. His weapon is AP2, so it denies their 3+ save, but I've got Murderous Strike, so on a 5, they will become instant death, and these are 3 wound models, and I have wounded with, 1-5. Okay, so we automatically remove 1 Gel Vorbak from the board. These ones will fail to wound, and then that is 3 unsavable, but you've got your feel no pain. Which you fail all, so Guilliman single-handedly wipes 2 Gel Vorbak.
I am going to gut you.
Okay, we are onto the Gel Vorbak here. We have Rage 2. 2 guys are in combat with Guilliman, so they have to attack him. We have got 10 attacks. Hitting on 5s.
Yeah, brutal, of course.
That's
Oh, geez.
actually really good.
Jeez, you rolled really well, though.
6 wounds here. We are rending on 6, murderous strike on 6. Obviously, that makes no difference to Gilliman. We are looking for 6s, so he doesn't have to save these. Unfortunately, none there.
Gonna love that. Big old 2s.
He's fine.
No problem there.
The other Galvor back into Thiel then. We are hitting on 4 5s. Wounding 1 wound. The Thiel suffers 1 murderous strike on a 6+ here. This means he does not have Eternal Warrior. He will fall unless he passes his invulnerable save.
Come on, Iron Halo, let's do it. Oh, what is
5!
it? What is it?
He lives!
Yes!
He lives!
Hidden under the Storm Eagle. Okay, so the Gelvorback did a bitload of nothing.
Yep.
Let's dive into the next initiative pile-in.
This is Thiel.
So Thiel's going to strike back with his zooped up Paragon blade stolen out of the armory. He's hitting on 4s. Oh, and it's Master Crafted. Let me re-roll. Oh, up to 4 hits. What's your toughness there, Ollie?
Toughness 5.
Toughness 5. So I am strength 6 with this weapon, wounding on 3s. And that is 3 wounds, and one of them is Murderous Strike as well.
Ouch.
The big 6, so that is, you got Feel No Pains though?
I do. I can't take a Feel No Pain against Murderous Strike.
Of course you can't.
But
so
I can the other 2. We do pass them both, so we just lose 1 Galvor back, and the other one is fine.
Out. Man, those 3 wounds for each model did absolutely nothing. Now we'll pile in all our initiative 4.
No retreat! No surrender!
You will fall, heathen!
So the Invictus Suzerains and Initiative 4 are the guys with the axes, and there's only 2 of them, 1 in each sort of combat field. So we'll start with this guy over here on the Gelvorback. He'll be hitting on 5s actually with the high. No, he's got weapon skill 5 as well. So looking for 4s. Oh geez, not so good. He's still got the 4 attacks, which was nice because of counterattack, and he fails to wound with the high toughness. So that's nothing there. And then on the other side, we are trying to get through that tough armor. Only 1 hitting on the Terminators, and we'll see if we get a wound. We do. We grab 1. Give us a save.
2+ save. We're fine.
Nothing there. On to the big stuff. So the 2 Thunderhammers over here, and the Suzerains are actually hitting on 3s against the Terminators because of their higher weapon skill. Oh,
wow.
Rough. The 2 Ultimas are good enough. Now, Thunderhammers, these are absolutely massive. All I need is 2s to wound, and they will be instant death unless Ollie passes his invuls of 4 up. No, he doesn't!
2 go.
2 Terminators out of there.
The Cataphracti hammered back with their power fists, smashing past the Aggrum pattern boarding shields to crush 3 Suzerains.
That's the end of the combat phase. We did kill a few Suzerains, I'm quite happy about that, but we lost a lot of forces ourselves. Now, we lost combat by -8, which means we'll be taking leadership tests at -8. Fortunately, the Wordbearer special rule, True Believers, means we can never take a leadership test at less than 6. So we're looking for 6 or less on these guys, otherwise they're going to run away. Now 10 they do, but the advantage to being these is they are called corrupted. And this means instead of running away, they take D3 wounds and stay where they are. So we take 3 wounds, we do lose a guy, but that's okay. And the Terminators are the same thing. Let's see what they do. They pass, they stay where they are. True believers, believers in the word, keeps us in the battle.
The Wordbearers in the hangar have felt the wrath of the Primarch and Aeonid Thiel. However, in true 17th Legion style, they have stubbornly held the line, buying valuable time for Ollie to marshal more reinforcements, but more importantly, costing the Ultramarine Vanguard precious time. They still have a huge amount of board to cover to secure the control room inside 6 turns. To start making that ground on the right flank, Teutonicus and his Mark IIIs executed a run move to surge forward into the next major chamber. Ollie is going to need to deploy something to that flank to hold them at bay, and the Mark VI Tacticals and the Praetorian Breaches holding up the rear sprinted forwards to try and catch up to their beloved Primarch. With no shooting to speak of, the Ultramarines piled in to finish cleaning up the hangar. Now, getting armies together for such a massive campaign as this was a huge amount of effort, and there were a lot of crazy builds and conversions, from Gilliman right up to my Warlord Titan, and it left me pondering one of the greatest questions of the universe for any wargamer. Magnets, where do I find them? Well, look no further than the MagnetBaron.com, your DIY super magnet home. I've been doing loads of magnetization lately for the staggering amount of Horus Heresy vehicles drowning my studio, and super strong magnets designed for wargaming are an absolute God Emperor send. The MagnetBaron.com have a huge range of wargaming magnets, including specific kits for notoriously difficult to magnetize models, magnetized movement trays, and even magnetized collapsible flight stands for that epic wargaming travel experience. I challenge you to find a better feeling in all of wargaming than the pure bliss of this moment. Magnetic perfection. Oh, that is a strong magnet. Seriously, I have used a lot of magnets over the years, from cheap stuff from eBay, China, from hobby stores, and nothing has ever come close to the strength and quality of Constantine's magnets from the Magnet Baron. I was especially blown away by the ridiculous Titan magnet kit that you guys can see me here using on my Warlord. I also used it on my Reaver Titan. You'll see the journey of these guys coming to life in a few weeks, but that is a lot of heavy resin, but the magnets are so powerful, I'm not even remotely nervous that my Titan's gonna drop an arm or a weapon or split apart at the middle.
So to score some boss wargaming magnets for all your army needs, hit up themagnetbaron.com, link down in the description. And remember guys, support the sponsors that support me. It is killer for the channel, it helps so much. And Constantine from the Magnet Baron is a proper legend.
From themagnetbaron.com.
So definitely go and show him some love. Alright guys, let's get back to the battle. So we've surged forward, it's time to clean out this hangar. Guilliman doesn't have his charge bonus, of course. We've lost counterattack now because we've got all those movement bonuses in the movement and run phases. It is time to annihilate. I'm going to split attacks because I piled into combat with both. This is into the Galvorbak. He is hit with 3, master crafted. Oh, he's loving it. And he will be wounding. He's like strength 7. He's wounding on 2s. He is loving it. We've got Murderous Strike on 5s with his beautiful blade, the Gladius Incandor. Well dead. Guilliman's other 3 attacks into the Terminators. Again, hitting on 3s. Ooh. Wow, Guilliman's had a little choke there. We'll move on to Aeonid Thiel. Again, higher initiative. He has only got the 3 attacks base, no charging bonus here, but he loves the hits. He'll be chasing 3s to wound with that axe. He's getting 3 big ones. Those 3 5s are all at Murderous Strike. He's got his Paragon Blade, not his axe, so that is 3 invulns, otherwise 3 dead Terminators. And, oh, you've passed them all, Ollie, you cheeky bastard. All right, we'll dive into our initiative 4, guys. We've got a couple of suzerains with axes. They are all diving in. We've got 1, 2, 3s to wound, I think. Just had to double check. The Legatine axes are in fact AP2, so that is 3 saves for Ollie at his invul. We have got to get rid of these bastards. He has failed 1, so 1 goes down to 1 wound, and now it's time for AP1, Thunder Hammers, and Power Fists.
Space Marines attack! For the Emperor!
We have to wipe this unit right now. We need to keep moving. My 3 Thunder Hammers are going to bring the power. Hitting on 3s with that high weapon skill. Oh, that's nicer. We like that. And we're wounding on 2s with strength 10, and these will insta-kill, so we're reducing to invuls. That is 5 4-up saves. I just need 2 fails here. Yes, yes, all right. They will get to strike back with their fists, but they are out of there.
As their faceplates were smashed apart under a storm of ultramarine hammer blows, the Terminators dragged down one last suzerain before Robute Guilliman and his honor guard finally broke free and consolidated through the hangar. With those word bearers valiantly sacrificing themselves to essentially cost Guilliman an entire turn of movement, Ollie chose not to reveal any additional units as of yet, and we plowed on into the next ultramarine turn. Guilliman bellowed a battle cry and leapt across the hangar, but having used the full March Logos Lectura and the fleet preternatural strategy in the last turn, he wasn't able to gain any additional movement bonuses, so the Tacticals, Praetorians and Suzerains followed their Primarch as best they could. Just when things seemed a little too easy, Teutonica slammed open the next blast door to reveal a glimmering gun line of dug-in 17th Legion breaches. With no other recourse available, they charged forwards, firing their bolt pistols to suppress the enemy, but the word bearers volleyed back with a return fire reaction and then doubled up with an overwatch, slaying 3 Sons of Ultramar in exchange for just 2 fallen breaches.
They will know pain!
So only a tactical squad with 3 Marines left charging this big squad of breaches that Ollie has deployed. Luckily, I've got my Praetor in there, and that is Captain Teutonicus ready to carve his way through to the control room. But I've got some other things up my sleeve as well. My Logos Lectura commands for the turn. I've got +1 weapon skill from Retribution Strike. Also got +1 strength from Guilliman's preternatural strategy. So we've got some output damage, but it's all about the Praetor really. Now Ollie has very carefully, very cleverly challenged my my beautiful captain there, so I am only fighting against his measly sergeant. If I deny the challenge, I wouldn't have been able to fight at all. So let's see if we can kill the sergeant before he even strikes. I'm hitting on 3s with my weapon skill bonus, and I'm strength 5 with the Paragon Blade, so wounding on 3s as well. That is 3 big wounds.
Wow.
Yeah, you're on your invul
5
there.
plus invulnerable saves then, otherwise we're down. Nope, he's dead.
Yep,
But
all right.
the good thing about doing the challenge is these wounds do not overspill. So basically he tanks them all, giving me more breaches for later.
Yeah, so I would have killed another 2 there, but now it's just my 3 tacticals. They've got their charging bonus, so that's only 6 attacks with the 3 guys, but I'm hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s with both those bonuses from Guilliman and the squad. That is 1 more dice. Oh God, that was a miss as well. Oh no, it was, yeah, 3s. 3s, the 3s are helping me. And 3s to wound as well. Oh, far out. This charge has not gone well. Teutonicus is going to be pretty isolated pretty quickly. The breaches will now strike back.
A dark wind that couldn't be heard but only felt on the edge of consciousness blew through the blood-spattered hallways of the Zetzen Vered Yard station as the tides of fate began to change. The 17th Legion were about to spring their final trap. Blast doors all along the hangar slid upwards, the dull clang of their recession echoing as the clang of doom, as their absence revealed the final enemy of the valiant 13th. Before the Primarch stood a word-bearer's Diabolus screaming the word of Lorgar, echoed in raspy groans by his Gelvorback entourage, then holding the final door to the control room, a word-bearer's Centurion and tactical squad glistening in crimson Mark IV plate. Then in the ultimate pincer, screaming in through the hangar void shield, a squad of destroyers with jump packs fired into the hangar, threatening to isolate Guilliman and his now very depleted honor guard from his supporting Praetorians and Mark VI tacticals. The tables have turned and the word bearers surged forwards, clambering to pin Guilliman in place, but the 13th Legion, the most tactically supreme force to serve the Emperor, were not to be outdone, and used their 2 reactions in the movement phase due to Guilliman's warlord trait sire of the Ultramarines to advance the Praetorians to hold the Primarch's flank against the destroyers, whilst the tacticals withdrew to support their Primarch.
I've got all my guys out now. We had to open the door, so I've got a Cary's Contemptor, I've got a Diabolus, which you've never used before, I've got some more Galvorback, and I've got a load of dudes here, and my breaches are still in combat, so things are possibly looking up. Maybe we can hold Guilliman down. The main objective now is to shoot everything into this unit, take as many wounds off, and if we can bring him down, I think we might have a chance.
Taking damage.
With the word bearers springing their ultimate trap, it's time to make a sacrifice to the dark gods to give yourself the chance to win an epic reinforcement bundle for your heresy forces, including the new plastic Deimos Predator and Land Raider Proteus, some amazing armored support for your growing legions, whether you're new to the game or a grizzled veteran. And this time there are 3 ways to win. So like this video, subscribe, and comment down below your favorite model from all of the Horus Heresy range, or make a purchase through any of our affiliate links down below, or subscribe to our Patreon linked down in the description, or do all 3 to triple your chances. Congratulations to Severos for winning our last giveaway. His favorite story moment from the Heresy was the epic duel between Erebus and Khan from the amazing novel Betrayer by Aaron Dembski-Bowden, an incredible favorite of mine as well. Remember, if you are gearing up for the Heresy, Middle-earth, or anything in between, use my affiliate links down in the description to grab the best prices in the UK, Australia, EU, US, Canada, and New Zealand. You'll get an incredible discount and send some dollary dues back to support the channel and power on the march to terror.
The Contemptor is going to shoot its Cary's assault cannons into Guilliman and his units. These are 6 shots each. I've got 2 of them, so 12 shots, hitting on 2s because of Ballistic Skill 5. That's a lot of 1s, 5 1s. Wowzers. We are strength 6, the average toughness there is 4, so wounding on 2s, and 6s are rending, so giving me AP 2. So 5 normal saves of 2+, and 1 save of your invulnerable of 5+.
Under fire.
So using the Psychic Discipline Diabolism, I'm going to cast Hellfire, which is a psychic weapon. This is a flame template with lots of cool stats. That looks like 3 guys to me. To do this, I need to take a psychic test. This is still a leadership test. He has leadership 9, 6 is fine. If you fail, you perils of the warp, but we don't do that. So we've got 3 guys here. So as a template, we automatically hit. This is strength 7 going into toughness 4, so wounding on 2s. Ooh. That is 3 wounds. We also have rending at 6, so this becomes a AP 2 weapon. So 2 normal saves and 1 invulnerable.
Chaos comes for you! Your soul is mine!
Because you lost a wound there, I've got the special rule Deflagrate. This means because you lost a wound, I get to roll another one, a 6 or another rending one, down to a 5+ invulnerable save for you, or you are... It's a wound.
Oh, it's another wound. The suzerains are being chipped away.
I am unstoppable! Ah!
The Chaos Gods demand their souls.
Destroy! Destroy!
I fear no evil, for I am fear incarnate.
As Guilliman finds himself encircled by foes, we briefly leave behind the betrayal at Calth and fly forward in the Heresy timeline to another incredible battle in Ultramar, the Battle for Armantura, in which the Ultramarine Wordbearer conflict rages on, but this time they are joined by the savage 12th Legion World Eaters and their vicious Primarch Angron. This coming weekend, the 1st and 2nd of October, myself and Andrew from the Australian Championship Warhammer store will be running an Armantura themed campaign event. We're going to have a host of tables and games of all sizes, exploring the story of this incredible battle following the book Betrayer by Aaron Dembski-Bowden, including a mega centerpiece battle on a massive Imperial city board Andy and I have thrown together with our combined collection of wordies, worldies, and ultras, with a few titans thrown in for good measure, all sitting at around 30,000 points of Horus Heresy. Head on down to the event page in the description if you're in and around the Brisbane area for details, and come on down and enjoy some casual, story-driven Heresy gaming, or even just pop in to have a look and say hi.
The Diabolist and the Gelvorback have charged in, and Guilliman's issued a little challenge. He's going to get his Gladius Incandor and stick it into the Wordbearer's face, right through the eye grill. I have got 7 attacks at the higher initiative, and weapon skill bonus and strength bonus as they carry through this turn. That is, oh, I got my Master Crafted as well. Oh, there we go, he finally misses. We've got 6 going through, and then it will still be 2s to wound. And that is, wow, because I'm negating your power save. Let's do those first.
He's gone.
He is gone.
I will return.
Moving down the initiative tree is initiative 5 with Aenid, Thiel, and the Gelvorback. We'll start with me, and then we'll move to the Vorback. All right, let's go, Thiel. Over here, we've got the Paragon Blade bonus from the Armory. It is Mastercrafted. He can reroll 1 of those, so just the 1 getting through on the Ultima, and he is getting a big wound. 1 feel, no pain for the Gelvorback. And he fails, so a single wound, and now it's their turn to strike back.
Okay, we have got, I think, 25 attacks here, hitting on 4s because we're both weapon skill 5. And then we are wounding on 3s because we're strength 5 and you are toughness 4. And any 6s here are murderous strike and rending. So all the 6s, please. 3 saves on your invulnerable with murderous strike and AP2, and then 6 normal saves.
Starting with the murderous strikes, I have got a 4+ invul in combat. Oh! Blocks them all. And now my standard armor saves, which aren't at AP2, so we're on that 2+ suzerain. And oh, we've got another 1 wound then, but I survive most of the onslaught.
Take that!
Teutonicus is all on his lonesome up here on the flanks, and he has got to make a big old sprint for the doors, but he's got to cut his way free. 3s to hit. He's got no Mastercrafted, just the standard Paragon Blade, but he's chasing 3s to wound. That is 3 invuls for you, Ollie, because I am cutting straight through the armor. Oh, get out! 1. So I've spliced 2 away. 5 breaches striking back. Luckily, of course, I got rid of their sergeant, so no big threats here. They're hitting on 5s. And they've only got the 1.
Wounding on 4s, 1 wound.
1 wound, and my big armor save. Oh!
Drops a wound.
Teutonicus takes 1. They are getting all around him here. It's not over yet.
The destroyers charge into the Praetorians with a roar of bloodlust, blasting up and over the loyalist shield wall, but the disciplined overwatch from the veterans of Ultramar kills 1 before their power weapons cut down 4 more. But the fierce charge does drag down 3 sons of Guilliman, who pass their morale check and pile in to finish the fight. At the beginning of the 5th turn, many of the Ultramarine units find themselves embroiled in combats across the Zetson Veridyard station, and with only 2 turns left to secure the engine room, time is running out for the forces of Ultramar. Guilliman lets out a mighty war cry, and the Mark 6 Tacticals, the only unengaged loyalist unit, hurtle forwards to take up a key position on the central hangar doors. They squeeze off bolt rounds into the adjacent chamber, dropping 3 crimson figures to the station floor, splattering the walls with viscera matching the Wordbearer's new color scheme, before ducking into cover as the traitors return fire. But a single son of Guilliman finds himself caught out in the open and is pulped by the returning mass reactive rounds. Enraged by the loss of their battle brother, Guilliman and Thiel make short work of the Gelvorback, putting them to the sword, and the Praetorian breaches absolutely eviscerate the last 5 destroyers.
Teutonicus with the Paragon Blade going to cut his way to the control room. We are hitting on 3s, looking solid, and 3s to wound with that +1. That is 2 invuls for Ollie to take.
3 saves, 5+.
Oh, 1 saved. Slices out a breacher.
The breaches are going to attack Teutonicus back. We are hitting on 5s. 2 hits, nice. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, 2 saves of 2+.
Big artificer armor there. Saved them both.
Tanks it. With that, I lose combat by 1, so it is 10. That is us out of here. Failed the check, so it is D6 plus initiative 1. Oof. I go 5 inches. Can you catch me? You just need, in fact, you've got initiative 5. Go for it.
I have caught you, my friend,
6.
even with
double ones.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gone, and you go 6 inches.
Squad broken! The battle is lost! None can stand before us.
We will crush the enemies of the Imperium. The area is secure. Consolidating position on the objective.
To me, my brothers, I will purge the unclean.
On our way! The path to ruin. When do we attack?
Start of the shooting phase, I'm going to shoot the Carey's Contemptor into Gilliman and his unit of fancy gold boys. We are hitting on 2s, 12 shots here. All hits, that's pretty tasty. Strength 6, toughness 4, wounding on 2s, the 6s are ending. That's 4 6s and 6 normal wounds.
So this is a bit spicy now. I might lose Aenid Thiel if I'm not careful here. I'm going to start with these rending shots and we'll do the invulns on the Suzerains rather, one at a time. So we're chasing 5s, that's a wound, that's a save, that's a dead one. So down goes 1 Suzerain and the final one, we'll say that a fail. So 1 wound on him, and then I've got all the normal armor saves. We'll begin, actually they're all 2+ because the Praetor and the Centurion have Artificer armor, so...
Oof!
Ooh! 1 wound and 2. That is 1 wound remaining on Aenid Thiel. Very, very close.
Can we gun down Teutonicus? We'll see. I'm hitting him on 3s here with the bolt guns. Could do with a few wounds here. 5 saves of 2+ for him.
Oh man, that is going to be tight. Chasing 5 big, beautiful 2+.
Oh, fine.
Teutonicus is good, but I don't think your shooting pool is over, Ollie.
No, the plasma pistol now onto you is a hit.
Oh.
We are breaching, so that's a wound, and you get just invulnerable armor save.
Yeah, so that's AP 2 because of breaching 4 on the plasma pistol. 1 dice, 4 up Iron Halo. Teutonicus has a single wound remaining. Oh, he makes it! He makes it through the shooting phase, and that is into the Ultramarines' final turn.
Engaging the enemy. None shall stop us. Attacking as ordered. For the glory of the Imperium.
Meeting resistance! The weak fight back!
Charge!
For the Emperor! Information is power! Space Marines, advance!
I will gut you. I will skin you. I will behead you.
We need to clear both of these rooms of Wordbearer's forces to secure the doors to the control room. We've got a tactical squad here. That shouldn't be too hard, but there's a sneaky little Centurion in here for the Wordbearer. So, we've had a little challenge here. Teutonicus and the Centurion are going to have a bit of a duel, and I'm going to be going first at initiative 5. I am 5 attacks on the charge with my Paragon Blade. I am hitting on 4s, it would be. That is just 2 hits. Not enough, and needing the big old sexy murderous strike to do the work here. We've got 2 of them! 2 of them! Show me a failed 4.
Invulnerable saves. No!
Instant death from the Paragon Blade. Crushes our first big obstacle. Now it's the big guys. Thiel is coming in. He's got 5 attacks on the charge as well. And he's loving that. He'll be hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s as well. That is 3 dead automatically. And now it is tactical on tactical action. Betrayal at Calth's Plastic Space Marines versus Age of Darkness Mark 6 Space Marines. It's the old plastic versus the new. Ollie's only got the 2 there, so I'm going to start it off. I've got my Sergeant with a Power Claw. He is racing in. He will be hitting only on the 4 and re-rolling this wound roll. That is not enough because it's Strength User, and Shred does the business, killing 1 of them. And then I've got all of my normal guys who are at +1 strength with the new bayonet that comes with the plastic Mark 6. So they got their little fancy upgrades. So there are 4 of them coming in, so they'll be rolling their attacks twice. They got doubles. That's 3 hits on the first set. 2 hits on the next, so we're chasing 5s. I got them all here now. And we're looking for 3s to wound. That is 4 armor saves for you to pass.
Oh god, 4 saves, 1 guy. Can he do all the 3+s? He does! We lost the combat there by a smashing 5, but being word bearers, we can never have a leadership less than 6, so we need 6 or less to stay 10. That is us gone and running. We failed the morale check. It is now initiative plus a d6 for how far we can go. 9.
Oh, chasing
You need a 5.
no, I need a big Ultima here.
Yeah.
Oh! Whoa! Got him! Sweep that guy out of here.
Get out of it!
Thunk, 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 thunk. And Teutonicus and Thiel have held this door, and it all comes down to Primarch Guilliman. Can he clear this dreadnought in one round of combat? And I think I might just have to bust out his amazing Power Fist. The Hand of Dominion, Guilliman's amazing Power Fist. 8 dice. Let's crush this Contemptor Dreadnought. Mastercrafted, so I'm re-rolling one of those 2s, and I have scored 7 hits. It is 2 to wounds. That is all 2 1s, but I have scored 5 wounds. It is strength 10, but it has brutal 2, so that is actually 10 wounds on the Dreadnought, but Ollie has a 5+ invul. He needs to save at least 3 of these. And that Dreadnought is out of there. Crunch! Guilliman reigns supreme.
Guilliman, Thiel, Teutonicus, and the surviving members of the kill squad drew up beside the 2 double blast doors and with a quick vox pulse slammed the overrides in unison and steeled themselves to run the gauntlet and seize back control of the mighty Calth orbital defenses. But the 17th Legion weren't going to give them up so easily. They had been hard won and were crucial to the plans of Cor Phaeron, Dark Master of the Faith and chosen instrument of Primarch Lorgar. Our next episode begins the epic 2-part finale for the Mark of Calth, where Ollie and I from Broadsword Wargaming play out the absolutely intense conclusion to the campaign as Ventanus and his strike force seize the Guildhall on the planet's surface, while Primarch Guilliman leads the charge in orbit in 2 simultaneous games featuring nearly 60,000 points of Horus Heresy models. But to find out how that fight will go, head on over to Broadsword Wargaming right now to see the second half of this episode as Oliver marshals the 17th Legion to seize the orbital station before Primarch Guilliman arrives. Only then will you truly learn what is in store for Guilliman, Thiel, and Teutonicus as they bravely breach the control room. Stay tuned next month as we continue the count of the Mark of Calth.
Officer of Record, start the mark.
Hey guys, Lachie here. A huge thank you for taking this journey with us. I hope you guys love the 3rd installments. Make sure you go and check out the sister episode, part 3, right now over on Broadsword Wargaming. And please let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this 3rd phase, the 3rd arc. And of course, there are 3 other episodes to watch from part 1 and 2 here on Zorpazorp and over on Broadsword if you're desperate for more. The campaign has been in the works here at Zorpazorp for nearly 2 years, and it has been an insane investment for us, a lot of time and a lot of money. So if you love what you saw, it would mean so much if you actually would like the video and throw a comment down below and share it around with all your Heresy mates. Each of these Heresy edits takes about 260 hours of editing, but sadly the episodes haven't been as well received as we'd like, so I couldn't afford to put any VFX in this episode. Luckily it didn't have a lot of vehicles or fancy explosions, but was still a bit heartbreaking. But the next installment is absolutely insane. Something like 30 vehicles, including 5 Titans at 28mm scale. I really want to be able to do it justice with the full visual treatment, but we're anticipating that that is going to take about 400 to 500 hours to edit for all of those different parts to get completed. So if you want to see that in all its proper glory, please do all that stupid social platform garbage and like and comment and share around with your Heresy mates. It genuinely helps so much. And if you really want to support me, you're welcome to throw a few dollars to the channel on Patreon, or you can become a channel member right here on YouTube, which all helps support the ongoing journey. I also need to give a quick thank you to some very special lads, my very own Zorpazorp Mournival, Davey Davinator Taggart Atkinson, Andy Medium Rare to Well Done, Daniel Itap Leaper, Andrew Titan Lego, Adam What a Wise Man, Felix Rowboat Isaiah, and Tim What Bad Man Paints 25,000 points of Mechanicum Carublo. You guys have been an amazing support over the past 2 years. Thank you for your wisdom, your brushwork, and your patience. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It genuinely means so much to Ollie and I. And always remember to let the galaxy burn.
Officer of Record, start the mark.